Everybody give another Bopper Super by Bopper. And today, before we get started, how's everybody's day? How's everybody been doing? I know it's been a long time. I miss y'all, man. Y'all, I miss y'all. Y'all post a comment, let me know how things are going. And again, welcome to the channel. I'm glad you're here. You can watch anybody else, but you here, and I appreciate that. I appreciate how things are going. Big time. Right now, we're gonna do something a little different. We're gonna talk about reasons why you should go airsofting. If you are a gun owner and you do want to get better at shooting, airsofting is another way to really get better at that. Situations you'll find yourself in going airsofting, and there's really the best case because in real life combat, you're not just going to be standing up shooting. You're going to be in and out of cover, trying to find ways to hold lanes and all that stuff. So like I said, if you're a gunner and you do want to get better at shooting, definitely try airsofting and paintballing. Those are really the best two ways. And this is kind of like my airsofting setup. Like, again, I got my mags. This is my G36C. This is an actual H&K, licensed H&K. So this looks just like the real G36C. So everything is real about this besides it's just a BB gun. If it was a real G36C, it'll fit all that. And you're probably gonna clown me with the stickers. But you gotta have fun, man. You see the charm on the chop, you dig me? But you gotta have fun with these, man. So just kind of liven up the ordeal right now. This is really my only one right now. I do want to get an AK one because you guys know I love my AKs, but I ain't gonna lie. Me started getting the guns, G36C was probably like my first love. Like, no, I always wanted this gun. The Germans did a really good job with this gun. Hey, Cardi, how you doing? I miss my granny, Cardi. Okay, now let's get focused. So this is my setup. Now, what I recommend you do when it comes to buying airsoft guns, you want to buy an airsoft gun that's close to your actual setup. Now, granted, I really would have a real G30, the civilian G36C, but it only shoots 223. I don't want a gun that, to pay $1,600 for a gun that only shoots 223 is just not my cup of tea. Now, if it actually shoot the 5.56, where people do make conversion kits for these guns to make it look like this, make the civilian G36 look like this, but in my opinion, it's just a money on top of money. Now, depending better situation, I probably will eventually end up, I'm gonna get one regardless, but just right now, I just can't see myself cranking that out only for a gun that only shoots 223. Now, if it shoots 5.56, then I would have in my collection. So when it comes to airsoft, you can have fun like me and just grab what you want, or if you really want to get better, which my next airsoft gun will be an AK, because if stuff, I hope we don't want nothing to get bad, but if it does get bad, my go-to will be an AK. It's point blank and simple. So my next airsoft gun will be an AK. And one thing about the airsoft guns is they really look identical to the real counterparts. It's just not real. But sometimes you can get the weight, or is the actual weight of the real rifle. You can get the blowback, kickback. There's a lot of stuff that you do to simulate it being real, but it's just not being real. Now, granted, if you want to go above and beyond and get the one that actually has recoil, by all means do that. I mean, teach his own. Personally, you want to mainly worry about lining up your sights and basically how you move with the rifle in combat, right? So, my job's kind of provide these plates, so that's kind of why I have one. As you can see, I haven't even worn this one yet, and I probably don't because I, rather have other ones that I wear. These airsoft guns could get expensive, but they damn near have any airsoft gun, any gun you want in real life but can't get, they damn near have an airsoft part for it. And then when you go to an airsofting, if you don't know where to go airsofting in your area, if you go to any BB gun store, airsoft store, they'll tell you the good spots to go, where not to go. We got a few spots where I live at locally, but I do have one in particular that I like to go to because it's urban. It's really an urban environment setup. And so you kind of want to get familiar with fighting in houses, out of houses, using cars as cover, et cetera, suppress a fire and all that great green good stuff. And like I said, you should go because if you got law enforcement, military, if they're using this to practice, why aren't you not using that to practice? One thing about the military and law enforcement is they don't waste time when it comes to their training. They want the officer trained. I want them well trained. I want our military well trained because they protect us. So if they're doing airsofting practices and rubber bullet practices, why aren't you not doing it to get it better? I'd rather get better with this training and never use it than actually, in the unfortunate event, have to use it and don't know what the heck I'm doing and get myself hurt. You know what I'm saying? So it's really a good way to practice and train. So, you know, if you run ARs, there's AR BB guns for days that you can go and buy. If you run AKs for days. You run, when you start getting into like the miscellaneous stuff like this, and sometimes some of the AUGs and other BB guns, you got to do your research on them, because some suck. Like, there's some terrible BB gun manufacturers out there, but if you go to an airsofting store, they'll tell you which ones to get, which ones to stay away from. This is about to get to it anyway. When it comes to also buying your BB gun, you want to figure out the FPS. Indoors, the FPS is a little bit lower. They don't want high FPSs, because the ranges you're fighting, you're engaging at, and you know, it can really hurt somebody if you have a very high FPS. When you're outdoors, it's different, because, you know, when you're outdoors, the ranges are greater, so you can dang near boost up your FPSs, you know, if you're outdoors. But like I say, if you go to any airsoft store, they'll really will get in detail with you on what to get, what not to get, what to stay away from, you know, all that good stuff. Also, too, another thing, if I wouldn't say if you got good body armor, which I highly invest you guys invest in body armor. If you have a gun and haven't invested in body armor, something is wrong with you. That's like making a peanut butter jelly sandwich, but you invested in the bread, but you ain't invested in nothing to put the bread in, if that really makes sense. So, or put the bread, you ain't investing nothing, put something on the bread. Y'all know what I mean. Y'all know what I'm saying. Y'all know where my heart is at. So, if you do have a gun, pistol, rifle, you do need to invest in body armor. In some states, I think is illegal in some states, but if you're in a state where it's legal, invest. It's a really good investment. There's tons of company out there like Point Blank, Safe Life Defense. Of course, since they're in the video, I'm using Vital Protection. But I mean, I kind of don't trust Vital Protection, in my opinion. That's why I don't wear it. Not saying it's not good. Of course, it is NIJ approved, but that's just not really my cup of tea, if that really makes sense. So if someone from Vital Protection ever sees this, forgive me. That's, you know, it's just not my cup of tea. But I'm not gonna lie, this concealable vest is made pretty well. Like, it is kind of sturdy. But like I said, I wear my other vest when I'm at work, so I kind of don't touch these ones at all. And reason why when you go airsofting, okay, now when you go airsofting, I'm kind of going all over the place, but bear with me. When you go airsofting, wearing body armor is kind of frowned upon, right? But I'm a model on my off time. No, I'm just playing. It is kind of frowned upon, but don't worry about that. The reason why I wear body armor is to figure out how I move in and out of situations. Like when you go airsoft, you can see, you know, you're constantly running, you're constantly moving, you're constantly finding yourself in different positions, and wearing body armor while doing evasive maneuvers. So you kind of want to do that, get into that. You know what I'm saying? Because no need of you running out willy nilly if you ain't got no body armor. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, I wear this one. You can see like the BB markings. I wear this one a few times. And like I said, I just wear this just so I can get comfortable shorting a rifle with body armor and laying down, proning, you know, holding lanes, all that good stuff. Beanie, you gotta have a beanie on to protect your noggin. You know what I'm saying? So yes, I do wear a beanie. Also, I don't have it in the video, but you want to get a long sleeve too. This is the mesh mask. Okay, now there is airsofting masks where it takes up your whole face, but in my opinion, you want to go with the mesh. Yeah, you might feel it here and there. Like I said, I done got popped up a few times with this. But the mesh mask is really important because when you wear like the actual airsofting mask, you really can't use your iron sights. So one of the first times I went airsofting, I couldn't use my iron sights on this, so I had to like collapse the stock, and it wasn't a comfortable feeling, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? It just wasn't comfortable. When I switched to the mesh mask, I could actually use my sights. I could actually line my sights up to engage targets on the other team. So if you're good, I say definitely invest in a mesh mask. This is my goggles that I use. They actually come with different lenses. So this is Valiant Tactical. They actually come in different lenses. Okay, you got the shade. If you're outside, you can just slap these on. You got the clear, and then you got the yellow. I like the yellow tint. I just feel like I don't know. It looks cool, and plus too, it just works. When you buy them, they come with the clearing first. But, you know, I keep everything how I buy it, so that's why it's still wrapped up. Yes, I do use this. I haven't got a chance to use the dark tint yet because mainly I play inside. But eventually that dark tint will be used if I have to get used, especially if I'm outside. Also, too, when it comes to, like, your apparel, back to the apparel. When it comes to your apparel, you know, there's people out there that go berserk and they'll wear, like, shorts, short sleeve, and all that good stuff. Yeah, they're crazy. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, they're a maniac. Personally, you want to wear what you wear in a real life situation like that. So you want to wear your cargo pants or your boots or your tennis shoes. So you want to wear actually everything you'll wear if it was like a real life, so you can really get comfortable, really maneuvering and stuff like that. It's like probably the best and most practice you will dang near ever get when it comes to, you know, accuracy and just getting familiar with the rifle, especially if you buy a rifle that you actually have and actually plan on losing. Because with airsoft, if you get like the AR airsoft gun, it takes like real AR parts when it comes to like the mag pull and the stock and all that. And you can dang near kit out. You can dang near buy M4. Anything they sell for real guns they got for the airsoft guns is just cheaper. I'm just gonna put it to you like that. You got people that actually put real glass on airsoft guns. I don't recommend that, in my opinion, because those BBs they fly. They fly at crazy rates, especially if someone has like the little is it like the air compressor or the battery on their back? Yeah, it's yeah. So that can break your optics. So that's why I really, if you're gonna do it, at least get like a fake. You can get like a fake EOTech or a fake optic, just so you can get comfortable with lining up your sights, in combat. One thing too about airsoft is you're gonna learn about target acquisition and target priority. Now at a range, you can learn target acquisition. Even at a range, you can learn target priority too. But again, it's like you're not shooting at nothing; you're shooting at paper. When you're actually doing that against real people, not trying to get hit, moving in and out of cover, it's a whole different ball game. Because in real life, no one's just gonna sit there and just let you, shoot them or hurt them. It's kind of the same thing with airsofting. So just knowing if you could take those engagements or fall back from those engagements is huge when it comes to airsofting. Different shooting positions that you will find yourself in when you are engaged in combat. When you're at the range, you're not really, the most you could probably do in the indoor range is sit down, mount, or stand up and shoot, right? Outdoor range, you could probably get prone, maybe run around a little bit, depending on the range setup, if it's a private range at least. But if it's an outdoor public range, you're not doing that. You're in the prone position. When you go airsofting, you're shooting in different type of positions. You're mounting on window sills. You're peeking through doors. You can mount on door sills, or door, whatever you want to go, door walkways. Another huge benefit that you will get to airsoft that you really won't get at the range is targets moving and targets shooting back. Now, if you're at the range, no one should be shooting back at you. You got a huge problem if they shoot back at you. But the airsoft, when you got targets shooting back at you, you're still trying to align your sights up to get to basically shoot back or to get into cover and shoot from cover. You just simply won't just get that at the range. You just won't. And that's another good way to like practice sight alignment and seeing people who actually play versus seeing people that just trying it out and just having fun. It's a night and day comparison. When you're shooting at people that have fun, sometimes they might curl up in the ball, sometimes they might run away, or sometimes in some cases they might shoot back at you and miss, but at least they're trying. Versus shooting someone, playing with someone who actually knows how to play, seeing how they get into cover, seeing how they will return fire on you quickly, seeing how just see how they just hit their shots. And it's just a really night and day comparison. And that's really the type of group you need to play with if you're really trying to get better, honestly. And also, too, the type of group that you play with, you might get the group that just wants to have fun and just run around wild. Have fun with that group, still practice your tactics, but don't mess up the lobby. I've seen it happen where people just try hard, mess up the lobby, or won't get out if once you hit them. I've seen it happen, and it just messes up the flow of the game, honestly. Don't be a tryhard if the lobby isn't, or if the group isn't that good. Just have fun. Don't mess it up. Now, say if you're in there and you got actual people in there that actually play, go regular, then that's when you want to go all out. When you're playing with that group or that crowd, you're gonna see people wearing matching outfits. People usually come in groups. Usually I go out myself, but usually people that do it often or that are good, they will come with the whole team. Not a whole team, but they will come like 5-6 deep. And typically they'll be on one team. Sometimes they might spread off and go on the other team, but usually they are all on one team. And seeing people who actually play versus seeing people that just trying it out and just having fun, it's a night and day comparison. When you're shooting at people that have fun, sometimes they might curl up in the ball, sometimes they might run away, or sometimes in some cases they might shoot back at you and miss, but at least they're trying. Versus shooting someone, playing with someone who actually knows how to play, seeing how they get into cover, seeing how they will return fire on you quickly, seeing how just just see how they just hit their shots, and it's just a really 9-day comparison, and that's really the type of group you need to play with if you're really trying to get better, honestly. So yeah, if you're gonna get into airsofting, I highly recommend you get into it. And if you get into it, try to buy a rifle that you actually have in real life, just so you can have like that muscle memory practice and just be really comfortable with the rifle. In my opinion, it's an expensive hobby. Airsofting can get expensive. It can get up there when it comes to it, but like I said, you're gonna get your money back to where it doesn't even matter. And it's kind of like a rabbit hole when it comes to airsoft. It's like you buy one airsofting gun, you kind of want to get another one, then you want to get airsofting equipment. So it can kind of, I'm not gonna lie to you, it can kind of stack up. But like I said, it's fun because you can then go anytime you really want to on the weekends. So I mean, if you want to get into it, please, I recommend you get into it. And if you do airsoft already, drop in the comments what you run. I want to see it. I want to hear about it. And if you're local, like in California, just tell me other airsofting spots that I might not know about. So again, thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe for a little bit. And I know we got some new subscribers. So if you're new, man, drop hi, say what's up. You know, like I said, talk to me. I always talk back in the comments. That's one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to step. So talk to me, I'll talk back. And again, welcome to the channel. I'm glad you're here. You can watch anybody else but you here. And I appreciate that, you know. I appreciate that. Big time.